video, and it looked like Alyssa Thomas will be getting fined for doing this.
You cannot be there chirping with fans the whole game. You cannot be allegedly telling fans Duana chose to join.
We all expected this. I even called it out before the game in my live. But somehow, booing Duana Bonner has...
The WNBA just saw a striking example of hypocrisy and cowardice. A supposed veteran leader spent the whole game hurling insults at Indiana Fever fans, but when the cameras turned her way, she disappeared. No accountability, no explanation, just radio silence. For someone who was so loud on the court, she went remarkably quiet off it. This isn't leadership, it's a lesson in unprofessionalism, and fans are not letting it go unnoticed.
So Alyssa Thomas had all the smoke for the Fever fans. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it wasn't just like just normal smoke. It wasn't just normal beef. It was what people from the country will call Dublin. She had the big smoke. Like, she absolutely had all the beef for... She, let the fans hear it, all of this stuff. Satu there, telling the fans to keep up the booze. And what did they do? They lost. And what did Alyssa do?
This is the tale of a player who believed she could talk big, intimidate fans, and strut around like she owned the league, only to discover that true accountability shows up when it counts. Being tough on the court is easy. Professionalism begins the moment the final buzzer sounds and the cameras are on you. Making noise is one thing, standing by it under pressure is another entirely, and she opted to vanish instead.
A celebration right now in the WNBA dump, but for some reason, and this should come as a surprise to no one, for some reason, WNBA players, they're just not in a joyous mood. They're not in the mood to express their appreciation, their gratitude to the people who gave them something worth celebrating. Instead of showing their appreciation, these bitter, entitled, insufferable players, they continue to engage in a war with their...
When Alyssa Thomas and the Phoenix Mercury rolled into Indianapolis that heated Wednesday night, she showed up ready to play the villain, expecting to feed off the chaos. But she encountered a fan base fully justified in calling out Dana Bonner, and a league that wouldn't bend when the pressure was real. She wanted to stir trouble on her terms. Instead, she faced accountability, a spotlight she couldn't manipulate, and a clear reminder, actions always carry consequences.
Her first time coming back to Indianapolis after pretty much quitting the team. And I'm sticking to my guns saying that she quit the team because in my eyes, that's definitely what she did. Now, she went on record and stated that the role that she had possibly wasn't good enough for her. The fit just wasn't working. But at the end of the day, all of it points to the arrows of what? Quitting the basketball team. There's no way to justify it.
The warning signs were there from the opening tip, but Alyssa Thomas was too wrapped up in her own hype to see them. All night, she taunted fans, barked at the crowd like a playground bully, and reportedly told Fever supporters that Bonner played for a real team. A real team? Let's get real, Alyssa. Real means accountability, professionalism, and knowing when to stop putting on a show and start owning your actions. On that front, you fell short.
Basically, you can see Alyssa Thomas going back and forth with a fan, man. I mean, she just, I don't know if she just can't ignore anybody that's just coming at her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's not anything racist or anything like that. I just think they get under her skin. they just get under her skin. And maybe since her first incident, whatever the case may be, she just didn't like it, so after that, she just can't stand any other people.
So, how did the WNBA respond? They did what any competent league would. They fined Alyssa Thomas and the Mercury for violating one of the most basic rules of professional sports, showing up for the media after the final buzzer. When the game ends, disappearing isn't an option. You step up, answer questions, and own your actions. Fail to do that, and there's a price to pay. Plain and simple.
WNBA media access policy states no later than 10 minutes following the game, each head coach and 2 players, leading scorer and key contributor per team, be available in separate press conference room for in-person Zoom meetings. AT and the Mercury will likely be fined because they chose to break the rule. It's looking like Alyssa Thomas and the Phoenix Mercury are going to be fined because she just said nah. She just said...
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Alyssa Thomas's media no-show exposed everything she isn't. When given the opportunity to step up, explain herself, and show genuine leadership after a standout performance, she didn't hesitate. She vanished. No accountability, no explanation, just silence. She walked out, leaving her coach and teammates to manage the fallout she created. This is exactly what happens when a player unprepared for the spotlight is thrust onto center stage. The WNBA's 2025 media access policy is crystal clear. Within 10 minutes of the game ending, each head coach and 2 players, the leading scorer and a key contributor, must be available for in-person and Zoom press conferences. Not optional, not a courtesy. A rule. Alyssa broke it, not because she didn't understand, but because she didn't want to face it. This isn't about hurt feelings or post-game frustration, it's about professionalism. If you can dish it out to fans for 4 quarters, you better be ready to answer for it after the buzzer. Thomas wasn't, and that speaks louder than any stat line ever could.
We seen Alyssa Thomas jawing at it with fans, kind of, making a complete fool of herself, and now she's finna be getting fined because she refused.
Alyssa Thomas's disappearing act couldn't have been further from real professionalism. Here's a player who spent 4 quarters taunting fans, bragging about her partner playing for a real team, and even motioning for people to confront her after the game. But when post-game responsibility actually came calling, Thomas vanished. The energy she had for drama on the court vanished the moment accountability arrived. Fans noticed immediately. They saw a player more interested in stirring the pot than leading her team. Her trash talk and sideline antics didn't inspire anyone, they fell flat. The only people who responded were league officials, who fined her and the Mercury for violating straightforward media rules. Meanwhile, Coach Nate Tibbetts and Kalia Copper stepped up, facing the media like true professionals. Thomas? She hid in the locker room like a kid caught crossing the line. That's not leadership. That's not toughness. That's avoidance. And the fans aren't buying it. In today's WNBA, professionalism isn't optional, it's the price of admission.
A game of sport where 2 teams are going against each other, right? 2 rivals, 2 fan bases, right, are going against each other. You are allowed to be talked about, all right? You are allowed to be talked about. As long as they are keeping it within the game and, not really attacking anything personal or talking about family members or you know what crosses the line, right? Y'all know it.
Boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it. Boo.